Hello and welcome. This is Hugo from .NET Productions. This week I want to try something new. I want to go over and talk about the philosophy of certain cards and certain archetypes and how those cards would benefit being in those decks. I want to go over why the archetype Infect would benefit from Thoughtsieze and other cards of the same type, such as Inquisition of Kozilek or Duress. And for those who don't know or are just getting into Modern, Infect was a deck, is a deck that uses cheap creatures like Blighted Agent and Glistener Elf to attack for 10 poison counters by stringing together free to cheap spells like Mutagenic Growth and Become Immense for a reliable turn 3 kill. And the reason why it was always a reliable turn 3 kill was because of the card Gitaxian Probe. A blue sorcery for 1 Phyrexian blue mana, which you could pay by either using 1 blue mana or by paying 2 life. Look at target player's hand, draw a card. Before the January 9th banning and restricted update, Gitaxian Probe was one of the cornerstones of this archetype, making it a tier 1 deck, with multiple copies showing up in top 8 lists everywhere from Grand Prix, Star City Game Opens, and Pro Tours. Before the ban announcement, people were calling for Become Immense to get on the chopping block. Sure, that card was the one to hit the final nail on the coffin, but the card that always got the train rolling was Gitaxian Probe. Being able to see your opponent's hand for free, since 99% of the time, people were paying a 2 life, making it for all intents and purposes a quote-unquote free spell. But it was by getting that perfect information from seeing your opponent's hand and what they had, what was leading to the constant turn 3 kills. The fact that it was free and drew you a card was just an added bonus, and since it was free, it made delving a lot easier to cast Become Immense. Then January 9th came, and Gitaxian Probe, along with Golgari Grave Troll, were banned from the Modern format. Even Wizard of the Coast said in their reasoning for banning the card, and I quote, Gitaxian Probe increased the number of third turn kills in a few ways, but particularly by giving perfect information and a card to decks that often have to make strategic decisions about going all in. See, right there, by giving perfect information. That's what was leading to all the wins for that deck. Cast Probe on turn 1, see that they have a kill spell, and the Infect player would just nickel and dime their opponent until they used them all up. Or if they didn't have anything, then they would combo off on them for that turn 3 kill. Since the banning, the deck pretty much fell off the face of the earth. And since then, the very little lists I have seen online or players at my local game stores are using more pump spells, or running a playset of Spell Pierces, or running a playset of Blossoming Defense. Some are even running more Apostle Blessings to fill in the void that Probe left. Hell, even a playset of Peak would be a better upgrade. A common from 10th edition, a blue instant for 1 blue mana, look at target player's hand, draw a card. It does the very same effect as Gitaxian Probe, but no one's playing it. I hope it's either because no one knows about the card, but the most likely thing is because a lot of people, like most things in life, don't want to pay for something that they've always had for free. In this video, I want to go over why those cards are not working for the deck and hopefully to bring back the archetype to its tier 1 level from before. That's why I believe cards like Thoughtsieze, Inquisition of Kozilek, even just a playset of Duress will be a better upgrade to the current Infect archetype. It does the same thing. You look at your opponent's hand to give you the perfect information, but now you get to strip away their only answer they have against you. In the current meta, where there's a lot more removal since the Print and Fatal Push, is a lot more of a benefit than drawing an extra card. A turn 1 Thoughtsieze has and always will be a strong play on turn 1. Thoughtsieze does get a little worse in the late game, but that's not what Infect is trying to do. It's trying to make an opening and land 10 poison counters in as few attacks as possible. And you're probably thinking, what if they turn 1 Thoughtsieze me? Well, if that's the case, well then it's going to happen no matter what. But a lot of the times, if you have your Thoughtsieze in hand, they will most likely strip away your Thoughtsieze if they don't know any better. Taking away their only bolt, push, or path and knowing what's left in their hand is way better than any counter or any extra pump spell. The counter doesn't matter if you draw it a turn late. The extra pump spell doesn't matter if they path or push your creature. Take away their answer and swing in for 10. A playset of Duress will be just as good or even better than Thoughtsieze. It's still 1 black mana, only this time you cannot take away a creature from their hand, and you save on 2 life. And if you're one of the players that want to stick to a blue-green shell, then I highly recommend that you run a playset of Peak. Casting at the end of their turn is better in most cases. Save on that mana for your turn for your creatures or your pump spells when you attack. I will say this, paying for 1 mana for a discard spell will add an extra turn to your clock, but a turn 4 kill is still pretty good in Modern. Well, I hope that information helps you guys out there. Again, this is Hugo from .NET Productions. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and please feel free to share this video. Thank you for showing your support.